over a year ago that I began to have conversation with the leadership at St. Mark about a transition in ministry. I was looking toward retirement, and we were looking at different ways of accomplishing a transition that would be healthy. We met with a church council. Based on that conversation, had conversation with a bishop who came and visited, and it has been a lengthy process. I'm happy to say that we are in the midst of the transition now because Pastor Bob Beckeris is now my successor, and he is here on site and on staff. But it has not been easy. Instead, we have set waypoints in 2018 for when we would be making a transition in this area or this area. Some supervision, for example, shifted in January. We will be making a significant shift in April with the annual meeting. And then the plan is for June, me to step back and him to step into the senior pastor's office. And then in July, I'll have my final month at work as senior pastor or on staff here as pastor, and then we'll retire officially the end of August. It's working because of the commitment that both Bob and I have to one another for the sake of the church, and that the leadership has for the sake of the church. And it reminded me of Jesus' teaching. Jesus said to him, "No one who puts a hand to the plow and looks back is fit for the kingdom of God." Now, obviously, Jesus is talking about the issue of faith and living our faith, but there is a great leadership principle here. You see, when they were plowing, they literally held the plow, and the ox or horse or donkey would be hooked to the plow, and they would set their sight to something in the distance, and they would plow toward that sight. In fact, that's what led to a straight row. Now, you can imagine if they were plowing and they turned to look one way or the other, that it would take the plow and move the plow. And the furrow would go off to an angle, and they would be off course. Jesus is saying that leaders understand that there's always a temptation to look back. Always a temptation to see what could have been done, should have been done, an improvement that would have helped. But he says, don't do it. Instead, keep your eye on the prize. And that's what we're trying to do. Keeping the eye on the gift that God gives us in ministry, and then setting the waypoints, just as they would have to do in the field when they finished one furrow and had to turn around, and they would set another goal and move in that direction. So when the plowing gets tough, when the going is hard work and you're tempted to look back for reasons of nostalgia or sentimentality, don't do it. Stick to the plan, Jesus says, not only in faith, but in life itself.
Thank you for watching Insight. You can view the previous episode, and please subscribe to our channel by clicking the link below.